like, firstly, you don't quote unquote jump on TRT, right? Like you get prescribed TRT because you have hormonal deficiencies. So younger and younger men are not jumping on TRT, they're jumping on performance enhancing drugs, they're jumping on testosterone, you know, is usually the first one that they'll kind of experiment with.
What are your thoughts on TRT? I see younger and younger men jumping on it.
Yeah, so straight up, it's a medical question, and I just want to be very clear that this is just my opinion on, you know, I'm not a doctor, obviously, right? I'm not involved in the business of TRT and whatnot. So this is, you know, this is just purely based on my opinion and really kind of my experience in the fitness industry. I think my thoughts on TRT is I think there's a time and a place for TRT. I think that it's one of these areas of medicine that we're learning a lot more about now than we've learned previously. Definitely in a much shorter period of time because it's becoming more prevalent and more people are interested in it, I guess. And so there's just more data available. I think that there's a time and a place for it. I think that the time is not when you're young. And I think that the place is not to help you improve your physique, right? And I think this is kind of where the lines get blurred here. And, you know, in the question, I see younger and younger men jumping on it. Younger and younger men, unless there's an underlying hormonal issue, they're not, like, firstly, you don't quote unquote jump on TRT, right? Like you get prescribed TRT because you have hormonal deficiencies. So younger and younger men are not jumping on TRT, they're jumping on performance enhancing drugs, they're jumping on testosterone, you know, is usually the first one that they'll kind of experiment with. I'm going to draw some very black and white differences between TRT and using testosterone as a performance enhancing drug. The first one, TRT, is just testosterone. TRT stands for testosterone replacement therapy, right? So if you're using other things, it's not TRT, you're using steroids. Just call it for what it is, right? That's the first difference. The second difference is an average TRT dose, and once again, this is just my opinion. I'm not prescribing things, don't take this as gospel, I'm not a doctor. But a typical TRT dose is going to be usually 100 milligrams of a long ester testosterone per week, right? And that's probably towards the upper end. So if you're taking more than that, it's not TRT, you're taking steroids.
Steroids, yeah.
Right, straight up. And I think generally when people are taking testosterone as a steroid for performance enhancing effects, just to pull a difference between the dosages, 100 milligrams per week is the upper end of usually what's acceptable for TRT. 500 milligrams per week is probably the bottom end of what people are using as a steroid dose. So, you know, it's pretty easy to see, look, is this a TRT type dose? Or are you using it to try and build muscle, improve your physique, improve your performance, and in which case you're taking a performance enhancing drug and it's a steroid?